Hey everybody, Amber from the Vault here. Welcome to another Animal Crossing New Horizons dream address video. Now, in order for us to do this, I wanted to go ahead and, well, usually we surprise ourselves, right? Usually we go ahead and visit something that is a surprise, and that is fun to do. I really like being surprised. But today I was feeling something a little bit more, shall we say, predictable. I wanted to go ahead and visit something that I had seen over on Twitter. Now, if you've spent a lot of time over on Twitter, you may know that there are tons of dream addresses that you can visit. Tons of people upload their dream addresses. So what I did is I downloaded just a couple names that I wanted to go ahead and visit. So we're going to update something called Slimy Dreams. Yes. Slimy Dreams. Now, before we go, I just want to let you know that that is the name that it gave me once it was translated. So I do not know. The original language is Japanese. I don't know what it actually says in Japanese, so I don't know if that's correct. I am trusting the Google Translate here, but Slimy Dreams is what this one says it is called, and it looks adorable. It looks like it's got kind of a kidcore theme, maybe, and I'm up for that. It's kind of hard for me to tell, but what I try to do is I try to look for something that looks interesting and then just kind of pick it. So let's see. Oh, so this one says it's Nounours? I guess that's correct. I actually don't know because the original post is in Japanese. So we're going to go ahead and check that out because why not? Let's go ahead and see it. Before we go too far, though, I just want to let you know I am currently wearing a Ariel dress. I downloaded this. This is one of the codes that I got off of the exchange, so I'm very excited about how cute it looks. And I've also got on the shell crown because, of course, I am also a mermaid princess. So I'm pretty excited about this. I wish that I knew more about like the creator and stuff like that. Unfortunately, with everything being in Japanese, I couldn't tell you that much, but I'm still very excited to check this out. So let's go ahead and see. Alright, so here we are. Looks like we have some right away. We have some wonderful little... Oh my gosh, that's a Furby. Oh my gosh, there's a Furby on the ground. Okay, so we do have some special patterns. So the first thing we're going to do is try and find our airports. Let's pull up our map real quick. I'm already just looking around here like, what the hell? Okay, so it looks like our airport is... Wow. Have we ever had an airport all the way over on the left before? Okay, so here we have Chow, Miso, Marty, Margie, Pietro. Oh, you might know that he's my least favorite. Brocolo, Puck, Fuchsia, Peanut, Pinky, Mint, and Apple. Okay, let's go ahead and see if we can find that airport first. We'll go ahead and say hi to people as we go along. Here's our airport. Okay, so we've got a green airport here, and we can see our flag. So far, I'm already into this. It looks adorable. So the name that it gave me when I translated this was called Slimy Dreams, and I have to be honest, I was into it. I thought that sounded adorable, if I'm going to be honest. But we're going to go ahead and check this out. Now, I did wear this dress specifically because if it is supposed to be a little bit more kidcore, which was the way that I saw this when I just kind of looked at the pictures, I wanted to make sure I was wearing a dress that kind of fit in with that theme. And for me, that would be my childhood love, which is The Little Mermaid. And you may have noticed, yes, but Amber, you were wearing The Little Mermaid in many other videos. Yes, I was. And that's because The Little Mermaid is both my childhood favorite movie and my adulthood favorite movie. So I have it for both. Oh my gosh, look, the T-Rex on top of the egg is adorable. Okay, first of all, we might as well say hi to Marty real quick. I know we don't know each other, but I can already tell you're going to love this island, Pom Pom. It's pretty great, you know, for a small mass of land floating in water. Wow, Marty, you had to get real philosophical about it. Now, this is definitely a super thought out island. Oh my gosh, look at this. This is so cute, though. Can you imagine? Let's see. Can I actually pick that up? Nope, I can't. I'm always hoping that I can pick up the presents and stuff, but you can't here. I mean, look how much work has been put into this, though. Holy moly. So one of the things I'm noticing right away is that we are very much being kited around the island. There's not a lot of opportunity to move kind of freely, but that's okay. That's not a bad thing. I'm just noticing that it's going to be difficult if you want to travel on your own. It definitely looks like you kind of have to follow along the path that the island creator set. That was something I noticed right in the beginning there. If you notice, I was trying to go to the left there and I couldn't, but that's all right. So we've got just a collection of stuff here. The amount of like really cool like floor, or what would you call them? Like the candy pile, all that stuff, the designs on the ground. I guess I would call some of them at least, you know, like maybe oh, I bet you that's one of the people who live here. I would call them maybe at this point a, oh, why are my words failing me? My words are completely failing me today. Chalk paints, chalk drawings, something like that. I think those are really cute. There's so many of here. Like, this whole thing is just so decorated. Ordinarily, I wouldn't be so fixated on hitting the beaches first. Because these are very decorated beaches. But I'll be honest, I'm just kind of, I don't know, I'm kind of taken by how decorated these beaches are because they're extremely, like, colorful. I don't think I've seen beaches quite this colorful before. There is something about this island that is just so bright. It's definitely, like, so kid-friendly. And I'm not saying that in any like negative way. I actually mean that in a very positive way. Like the amount of work that went into making this kid friendly is really cool. Also, this is kind of a weird amalgamation of items, but I have to say I don't necessarily find it that odd because it's all red. I don't know, there's something about this island that it almost feels like one giant garage sale, or it feels almost like one giant, oh, how would I put it? It almost feels like a child designed it. Like what children would think was the most important items, which I kind of like that. I really feel like if they weren't going for kitcore, I mean, they accidentally invented it. So that's definitely what I'm seeing here. But it's in a super creative, fun way, so I'm totally into it. Sorry. That's what I'm trying to say. My brain is not processing all of a sudden. Alright, let me do this, because normally I do not go past, but I really wanted to this time. So I normally don't do that, so we will stop, and we'll go back up here like we are supposed to. I mean, look at this. This flooring is so cool, this ground. So we've got, let's see, that's a dream bell exchange ticket, that's what it's called. I was like, a dream something, it's a dream something. Due to unusual circumstances, we will be closed today. Are those unusual circumstances the fact that I am dreaming? Mint? And who might you be? I haven't seen you here before. Are you a stranger? Ah, but it doesn't really matter since this is a dream. Everything is strange. Now, isn't it? Well, I suppose. I'm sorry, I'm just so like, my eyeballs are in a weird way kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? The amount of stimulation, this is the words I'm looking for. The amount of stimulation that this island gives my brain is over the top. Broccolo, huh? Where'd you come from? I'd say right from out of my dreams, but you don't look much like a sandwich. Ooh, my dreams are also filled with sandwiches. I just love how this is like so committed to one theme. I'm so used to visiting islands that have these little micro-themed sections, just these little areas where you basically only get one part of a theme. And this is just so committed, the entire island is. I mean, there's toys everywhere. It's like, the commitment to this as a theme is actually really cool. Still having a little trouble with the traversing, but like I said before, I think you're really meant to traverse things in a certain way. I think I'm kind of going maybe out of the way I'm supposed to be going. But I'll also admit that I'm not 100% sure which the way I'm supposed to be going is. Let's go ahead and say hi. I'm not entirely sure what that says, but if somebody wants to translate it in the comments, if they know, I would very much appreciate that. I have no idea. I apologize about that. I know some people have said that they prefer not to visit islands that aren't in their home language. So in my case, like, I wouldn't visit islands that weren't in English. I don't really agree with that statement just because I think that, especially being a game that's beloved internationally, it seems kind of silly to me to not visit islands that are not in English, just because I don't really need all my islands to be in English to visit. Yeah, I may not be able to understand everything that's being said, but I think it's really fun to just kind of have those differing experiences. So we've seen a lot of this because we went ahead and checked out the beach, but I did want to make sure that we put a little bit more emphasis on those other areas. So let's go ahead and come up here. So I do see a lot of weeds, but I'm not sure if that's intentional or if that's kind of accidental. I will say this is another one of those islands where I do have a little bit of difficulty trying to actually navigate it, just because I'm finding that with the copious amounts of trails, which you actually don't see on the map because they're not established trails that the game has given you, because we don't have, you know, a lot of very specific areas that we can just walk freely, it is a little bit more difficult to traverse the area. I think, though, that perhaps that was the creator's intent. I know some creators have kind of expressed that they purposely don't give you everything. Like, not that they don't give you everything, but they don't give you the opportunity to just wander around freely because they want to be able to guide your experience. So I'm kind of wondering if maybe that's something this creator was thinking. So I would like to get back into that back area. I'm kind of wondering, maybe if I kind of brute my way around here, brute force my way? A little bit. So what I'm hoping is to just kind of get a little bit better understanding of what is back here, because I can see some stuff. So we've got the egg. That's from the Easter collection. Let's see. I'll just pick up that. I don't even think I needed to pick up the apple, but my brain decided it was going to do it anyway. This is definitely an island where if you owned this island, I guarantee you, you know how to get around. It would not be difficult for you if it was your island. So far, I'm really liking, though, the complexity of the different areas and the different spaces. Even though they are really all themed very similarly, I'm seeing still that same, you know, kind of kidcore theme. You're seeing a lot of, you know, different items, and they're really kind of bringing it all together. So that's actually really cool. I'm wondering if that house back there is one of our... No, okay, so that is one of the owner's houses. So which house was that? Let's go ahead and go back. I didn't see... Oh, I missed it there. Okay, Peanut's house. Oh, okay, yep, that would make sense. Peanut's house would be pink because Peanut does like pink things. All right, so there is a little section back there. What I want to do is I want to save Choose House. I apologize if I'm saying that incorrectly. I want to save that because I have a feeling that the houses are going to be pretty cool to look at based on the rest of the island. So I would like to go ahead and wait until we can kind of see everything else first. I tend to like to do houses last just because I think they're kind of like the coolest parts. All right, so hi, Pinky. Oh, yay, I was hoping someone would visit. Ah, I got so bored waiting. I almost drifted off to sleep, but like falling asleep in a dream is just too weird. So I do wonder if I teach them little pet names, do they show up in other languages? Like when I taught Peanut how to say bish. Which I never should have done, because now all of my rodents now say bish. They'll say, "What's up, bish?" And I think it's amazing, but Margie, it's no 5-star resort, excuse me, but feel free to relax here as long as you'd like. I'll try to be a soothing presence, of course, not so soothing that you fall asleep. But I wonder if they, do they resort back to whatever they would say in the native language of the visitor who's visiting? Because obviously your language does not impact how others experience your island. They still experience it in their language, except for what you wrote. So I don't know, I'm really curious about that. Okay, let's go ahead and head over here. Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha. So I am seeing some of, okay, so this is our second person. Miso, okay. But, hold up. Let's look at this again. Okay, so we're actually all the way up there now. Wow, okay. So we went quite a distance. I am so sorry to move you like this, Miso, but I have to. So we went quite a distance. So we already came out over here. Okay, so that's our Able sisters. I'm trying to get kind of my bearings because I'm realizing that I'm getting lost very easily here. So here is our Red's Beach. And we just have a random coin sitting there. Can we throw it into the pond? I like to think that's why it's there. I picked it up. I know it doesn't matter. We're in a dream. That's why it didn't matter if I picked it up. I like the fact that it was sitting there. My brain though is just like, it's a coin, you have to pick it up. Do other people have that? Like when you play a game, there's just certain things that you do that you don't even mean to do. They just happen. Alright, so here we have another little area back here. I feel like there's definitely almost a, what would I call it? Or what would you call it, I guess? What would anyone call it? There's almost like, it's almost like you're playing and then all of a sudden, I'm just discovering new spots that I didn't know existed 30 seconds ago. Oh no, here we go. Okay, so that's a problem. We're gonna have to go all the way back now. So we're gonna run. I feel almost like there's spots that I could get really lost in here. I feel like there's blind spots. That's what I'm looking for. That's the thought I'm searching for in my brain. Okay, where do I go? Uh-oh. Am I stuck? Come on now, darling. Okay, let's try this again. I don't understand why sometimes it's very easy to get through these spaces and other times it's not. This is the hazard of being on an island where you don't like have, you know, your normal deal. We're just gonna call rescue services. I think I'm stuck. I know I'm not. I could just keep pushing and eventually get out of there. But I don't want to keep pushing. Okay. I was hoping I could keep my miles because I'm like, I'm in a dream. I don't feel like the miles should count here. Not that my miles matter. I have so many and I haven't used them for anything. Okay. Here we go. Freebie, dream on if that's gonna be a regular deal. Why does she just randomly shake her hand like that? I like to think that she's jamming out to invisible music, but who knows? Okay, so I guess we're gonna explore a little bit in a different spot now. And I know now to be more careful. Okay, so we are actually quite a bit away from the area that we were before. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and, well, let's actually load this up quick. This will give us the dream code, or the dream addresses creators code. So if there's anything on the island that you like that they made custom, we can go ahead and download as well. So we'll go ahead and go in here. I'm wondering if they made a lot of those custom sidewalk chalks, because those are really interesting. So some of them definitely, it looks like. Let's see if we have any clothing items as well. Some cute stuff here. So yes, there is some items there. If you're interested, go ahead and use that creator code. You might have to pause. I didn't leave it up there too long, but hopefully y'all can pause quick. I don't want to go too long, or my video will get too long, and then a lot of you will yell at me. I have had some people be like, that video was 40 minutes long, Amber. And I'm like, yes, I know. I can't help it. Oh, thank God there's a ladder here. I didn't even know. Oh, thank God there's a ladder. That would have helped me in that last area. I would not have gotten stuck. Hi, Peanut. This is a dream island. Or this dream island just keeps getting more and more fab, Slacker. I love having visitors. Like, whatever you do not pinch me. I do not want to wake up right now. So Slacker is what Peanut says naturally. So yes, it does. It looks like it just reverberates? It looks like it just returns to whatever the natural thing is for them to say. Alright, so this is actually close to where we were last time when we got stuck. Now that we have our ladder, though, I'm feeling a little bit more confident. Confident! I do know how to speak English. So we'll go ahead and kind of look around here. So not too bad as far as the traveling around. Definitely have been on islands that were much more difficult to travel around. But it's definitely something I think to consider when you're kind of making your own islands. If you're going to put a dream address up, just know that it might be difficult to you know, traverse around. So it is nice if you offer people at least a ladder. Alright, so Puck, feel free to sleep wherever you get sleepy. Brr. That's usually what I do. I say that as somebody who currently does not have a ladder on my island, and I fully admit that. Also, I have an area that you do have to access via a Mario tube, so if you want to access it, you do have to use the Mario pipe. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and continue around here, because I'm trying to make sure I get everything. The colors here are just so bright, and they just give you a feeling of being... Oh my gosh, the fact that there is a double rainbow in the background. Hold on. That is too perfect. Do you think the person literally made this the day that they saved their dream address? That's the word I'm trying to say. Do you think they did this because the double rainbow is in the background? Double rainbow all the way. I'm sorry, I'm never gonna sing that again. Alright, let's go ahead and head up. Wow, I'm old! That's all I heard when I started doing that. So interesting here, we're using the actual climbing walls as walls for a little school here. Interesting. I love that the school has a water fountain, but also has a very tiny pool. Another complaint I have for Animal Crossing, not for this creator by any means, but for Animal Crossing, why the tiny pools? I want bigger pools. I think we all do, though. Alright, so up here, whose house is this then? Mint. Okay, so that is Mint's house. We were just at that other house. Now I'm going to go ahead and use this because it's worth just being able to get down and up a little bit easier here. Typically, I try not to, but I will be honest, I'm having that little bit of trouble just traversing different areas. So what I want to do is make it a little bit easier on myself. Go ahead and look who lives here. This would be Marty. Okay, so we did run into Marty, so we've seen Marty already. I do find the socks and shoes all over the place very interesting. If they are going for like a kidcore look, that 100% makes sense. Which I have to say, I kind of love it. The fact that I can't get turned to the side, though, is driving me a little crazy. I was gonna try to jump over that as my cheaty way to travel. Okay. Is there any way to get through here? Ordinarily, I would never run in someone else's island, but because this is a dream address, we're going to go ahead and run just a little bit. And I'm also going to use this to get around a little bit, just because I'm having trouble again getting around, so I apologize about that. It's just been a little bit tough on some of these spots to quite figure out where you are, because you get a little mixed up. I feel like we've already... Fuchsia. We haven't visited Fuchsia, have we? I don't think so. I think we passed this as we were coming back after we were dropped off at Resident Services. Definitely an island that is super packed. It's full. It's got a lot of opportunities and things to check out. All right, welcome. Feel free to make yourself over, or make yourself at home, sorry, or whatever, Precious. Hey, you all right? You're looking kind of tired. If you want to take a nap or something, I won't stop you. Fuchsia, I love your dress. It looks perfect on you. You're adorable. If I didn't already have the perfect deer on my island, you might be in trouble. The only thing I will say about islands like this, and this is totally personal preference, so I am in no way complaining about this person's island, because obviously this is a labor of love. If you don't understand that this is a labor of love, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, let's just for one quick second enjoy this while I say what I'm about to say. So, oh, I mean, look at that double rainbow. I mean, holy crap. I think it's such a big deal that there's a double rainbow there. So, oh, Peanut wanted to get a little, wanted to get a little inspired there. So one of the things I wanted to say about this island is it is a little bit intense for someone like me. I think that has to do more with the fact that I do have some sensory issues. And I think that it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff in a very small area. So like right here, this is where I was trying to get from one side of that bench to the other, and it looks like you can't. Some of the benches you can do that on, and I was expecting to be able to do that, and that would be a way for me to do like a shortcut. But, you know, it's one of those areas where you're gonna have to go up and then go down, and that's just the way it is. So I think we've probably done that side of this part of the island, I think. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna head over here. I know we saw this just briefly. We didn't really get a look at it though. So I wanna go ahead and kind of peek in here. This person does a really good job of making little micro colored areas. Like, I never would have thought to put a red telephone out here because it just doesn't feel like it matches. But then when I actually see it done up, I'm like, oh yeah, that's actually really cute. I love how there's also whipped cream with cherries and eggs on the ground and stuff. It's really cute. All right. Hello, Apple. Hey, welcome to my room. I mean, sure, it's just a dream, but that doesn't make it any less fab. Oh, Apple, your house has a theme, and it's apples. I think that's definitely why there's red outside, which I appreciate. Again, very much appreciate this. There's a lot about it that's really cute. So we have actually been up there, so we're going to avoid that, but we are going to go back here because this is where we're going to get to some spots we haven't been able to see yet. I like this little area that's got like the Stonehenge and stuff. That's pretty cool. I like that. Okay, this is what I wanted to see. So I kept seeing this area from up there, and I didn't know how to get there. This is pretty cool, though. It's like a little boardwalk. So we've got a boardwalk in the back here. You can go ahead and go to your teacup ride. That's pretty cool. I like this. The only thing I feel like that's missing here is maybe a little dance floor. We could have like a little rides and dance floors, and we have the cotton candy. That's pretty cool. I wish it was a little easier to see. Like, I wish that you could move the camera in this, what would you call this? Out on the actual island itself, rather than just inside of a building. But unfortunately you can't, which I think is really disappointing. I wish that they would have given us that option. Oh, what are we looking at here? Oh, it's just a big table. Okay, and here we go. We have another little... Oh, this is the space I was trying to get to when we first arrived and I went to the airport. Okay, now I've got my bearings again. It's always kind of hard to find your bearings on some of these islands. I mean, look at all these flowers. This is really gorgeous. And then I think we met you already, didn't we? Yeah. Okay. So again, not sure what it says, but please feel free to tell me if you do. All right. So we're going to go ahead and go around here. I definitely know that there are some things that are on the ground. Like, I know Woody and Buzz from Toy Story, but there are some other characters around here that I do not know, and you can feel free to freak out and be super into them if they're something you know. Just know that if I'm not, like, mentioning something, you're like, wait, you didn't even mention that they had Beelzebub there. Well, that's probably because I don't know Beelzebub, but definitely is something that I think is really cool. This is not really showing me a whole lot by going up there, but I do think it's really cool. I like the little area. I have a couple like that on my island where they're not really meant for you to necessarily traverse, but they are meant more to be looked at, and I kind of like that. Let's just real quick take a peek out here. I'm not sure that I actually took a peek here. Alright, I like that the T-Rex is protecting the candy. Now let's take a look real quick and make sure. Okay, So we have the two houses here. Let's first go over to Miso's house just because it's the farther one away. And I think that'll take us a little bit longer. It's hard to tell though because as I said before, it does make you feel a little bit more, or I should say, it makes me feel a little bit more confused as to where I am. That wasn't Miso's house, right? Or was it? No, okay. I think I did that last time as well. I get very confused very easily. Okay, I think we need to go up there, correct? Yes, okay. I think that's what we need to do. And since I don't remember if there are stairs, we will just find our own way. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We have things in our way, so I guess not. I made a grave error. I have made a grave error. Well, never mind. We can't do that. I think there might actually be a set of stairs over there. Oh, there sure is. Okay. There's a set of stairs right there by the Able sisters. Okay. Here we go. Once again, don't know what it says. I know we've talked to them before. Don't know what it says though, but go ahead and read that. So this looks like it might be a little fishing hut. Which if this is a little fishing hut or a bait shop, my heart will be so full. Oh, okay, so there's actually nothing in here, but that's all right. I've got a house that looks exactly like this, only, yeah, I put boxes in it. So it would look like, well, I mean, it's clearly a storage unit. Clearly. I think a lot of, like, veteran players, before we really had the chance to expand storage and stuff like that, we all had a second house, right? I feel like we all did. I had a feeling Miso might be the secondary character, but I'm still trying to figure out how the secondary and primary characters work when you look at the maps, because there have been times where I've walked into what I would think was the secondary character's house, but it's been gorgeous compared to what seems to be the primary character's house. So it's hard to tell sometimes. I don't know. Okay, I think this is where we're going, and this should be the main house. Alright, I'm actually pretty excited about this one. The rest of the island has just been so cool. It's slightly overwhelming, but so cool. Right off the bat, this is a completely different feeling. There's nothing chaotic about this at all, or even that colorful. I'm kind of surprised. I'm wondering if maybe this person is just so into the rest of the island they decided not to do their house that much. Or maybe this is how they like their house. I have no idea. Look at that. Wow, okay. I might have made a mistake by saving the house for last. I have to say the rest of the island was done up just so much. I just assumed that the house was going to be like utterly fantastic. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with a more plain house by any means, but I am surprised at the lack of chaos in the house. It's weirdly kind of like a fresh breath because I just expected everything to be chaos. But I'm kind of into it. I kind of appreciate that it's not. There isn't a lot of really hard theming either, other than color, what I'm seeing right there. And that back room is actually blocked off, so we can't even go there. Let's go upstairs and then downstairs. You can't block off the up and down stairs, otherwise... Yep, okay. Otherwise I would have in my secondary house because it's useless, but you can't. So I know that at least I didn't have that opportunity to. All right, so here we'll check the basement. Not expecting anything. Oh, well, it is a giant toilet. It's just one room with a toilet. I'm sorry. That's just one of the best things I've ever seen. A house with a basement and it's just a standing toilet. I kind of want to do that now. Okay. Oh. Alright, sorry for the little recording glitch there. I clicked the wrong button and I accidentally stopped my recording. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is go ahead and head back. Let's see, let's just make sure real quick we've seen everything because I'm not 100% positive. Nope, I think we have. Everything looks pretty familiar on there actually. So let's go ahead and head back to visitor services, which I will have to be honest, I'm not 1000% sure how to get back there or even where it is. Okay, I think we're close. We're close. This was one of the very first things we ever did. Only run in dreams because otherwise you ruin people's flowers. Remember that, everyone. There we go, there's Luna. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and head back to Hope Cove, which you know what that means. We're gonna go ahead and fall back asleep so we can go ahead and wake back up. And when we do, we will be back in our home back on Hope Cove. Very different feeling here from the feeling that we have on Hope Cove, but I'm into it. Alright guys, so that's it for this. If you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. As always, if you would like to subscribe to my channel, if you haven't already, go ahead and click on that picture of my big dumb head. Click on the bell icon if you'd like to be notified every time I post a brand new video. There also should be some random videos on your screen there. I have no idea what they are. I put those in post. Click on one of those if you'd like to see more of my stuff. And there are some people on your screen there. Those are Twitter handles for all of my current patrons at the time that I recorded this video. Please run over to Twitter and tell them how wonderful they are, because without them I would not have a YouTube channel. If you're interested in becoming one of those patrons, there is a little box in the left hand corner of the screen that you can go ahead and click. I don't like talking about support, but I do really appreciate it. So thank you so much, everyone who does support the channel to keep this thing running, because it's not me, it's you who keeps it running. So thank you so much, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, and I will see you in the next one.